Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Sorry, just when I hit live, I wanted a cup of coffee. For people who don't know, I like my coffee with whipped cream. I know that's probably not considered coffee for most, but anyway, delicious. I wanted to pop on real quick because for those who joined me last night on Heartbreak Chronicles, first of all, thank you. I hope you had a good time. But our discussion last night dealt with I put a statement out there that it's okay to love yourself more. And I think, and primarily in relationships, is where I was coming at that particular question or comment. And so we had some great discussion. This started, spurring debate about, when you're married, do you put your husband first, your children first? And I started to get a lot of other questions after the live, regarding my thoughts about it and what I believe. First thing I want to say is, I think throughout marriage, family, relationship, there's things that you have to put yourself first. Sometimes you got to put other people first. That's the dynamic of humanity and living this world with people. But what I wanted to get across last night and to reaffirm this morning is this concept that it's okay to love ourselves. And I think we've been taught, how to love others. We go and seek love from others. But really not thinking about what it means to love ourselves. And when we usually say that, I want to love myself more, we think in this, good morning, Chucky, how are you? We think of, I would say like the arrogant or self-centered people. And I was thinking back to, and this is probably going to date me a little bit, like the movie with Martin Lawrence. Now I can't think of it because it's early morning. But anyway, it was basically the movie where he was, the cheating man, self-centered, and loved himself quite a bit. And that's what people think about when you say, love yourself more, put yourself first. And that is not my intention. So I wanted to bring out the good book this morning and talk about in 1 Corinthians 13. And so I will say this, when I was married, over my marital bed, we had pictures of the verses of course, 1 Corinthians 13, because what isn't that at all the weddings? And then this verse, it says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins. And what I was trying to get across, thank you, Chucky, a thin line between love and hate entities. What I was trying to get at is when you read that, a lot of times, again, I know when I was married, when I was mad at my spouse, I would go in and I'm looking at this quote thing, and does he know that love is patient and love is kind? Or I would use it and beat myself up if I was upset and said, Andrea, you need to be a better Christian because love is patient and love is kind. But I never really thought about it in respect to me. And when we're supposed to say love is patient and love is kind, and when I say we need to love ourselves, those are the things that we need to have for ourselves. How many times do you beat yourself up because you couldn't do this? How many times do you do too much when you know you shouldn't? And we're not being kind to ourselves. We're not being patient with ourselves. We're not giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt. And so that's what I mean by saying it's time for us to love ourselves and learn how to love ourselves. We do that for everybody else. I can think about if you see your significant other or your children or whatnot doing more than they should, you're probably the first one to say, slow down. How can I help? Because you love them. You're giving them love. Do it for yourself as well. Good morning, Don. Again, I just wanted to come on quickly. If you didn't get to catch the live last night when we had this discussion, please go back and catch the replay. But again, because I was getting questions about my thoughts on should children be first, your husband be first. I think those are things, again, that you work through. But the main point is to love yourself, give yourself the kindness, Give yourself boundaries to take care of yourself. Again, we're going to do it for others, but if we don't do it for ourselves, who will do it for us? So have a wonderful Wednesday. I love you all. If you need anything, as I say, you always call. Have a good day. Bye-bye.